Namaste students. Today we are going to read this poem, The Tale of Custard the Dragon. Right? Tale is a story and Custard is name given by his owner to the dragon. Right? This poem is written by Ogden Nash. Right? And this poem is written in the form of ballad, B-A-L-L-A-D. Ballad is generally written in stanzas, like you see here, first stanza and then second stanza, and each stanza is of 4 lines. Right? Now let us read the poem. The opening stanza, it introduces the character Belinda. She is the owner of a little white house. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten and a little grey mouse and a little yellow dog and a little red wagon. Now red wagon you keep it separate, otherwise Belinda lived in that little white house with 4 pets. One is this black kitten, second is that grey mouse, third is this yellow dog, and fourth one is Custard the dragon. Right? And she also had in her house a little red wagon. Wagon is that coach, that wagon of the train. So one wagon she had in her house. Right? See now this fourth line, in this fourth line, her fourth pet has been described, and a Realio Trulio little pet dragon. Right? Here Realio Trulio means real and true little pet dragon also she had in her house. Right? So I'll read again. Belinda lived in a little white house with a little black kitten, cat's kitten, and a little grey mouse, and a little yellow dog, dog is of yellow color, and a little red wagon that also she had in her house, and a Realio Trulio little pet dragon. Now let us discuss about the poetic devices which have been used in this first stanza. Poem is simple, it is very easy to understand, but so many poetic devices have been used in this poem. Now first one, let's see. Now in the first stanza, poetic devices which have been used here are, first is alliteration. See this repetition of sound L and L in the first line. Then also repetition of this word little. See little word has been repeated. So repetition of this word little so many times. Right? And then third we have anaphora. Anaphora is a word or group of words which has been repeated in the beginning of the sentence or a clause. So we have here and, or you may say and a. So anaphora has been used. And fourth is poetic license. See, otherwise these words are real and true, but poet has used realio, trulio to make them rhyming words, right? Then, now let us see the second stanza. Now, the name of the little black kitten was Ink. As it was black, kitten was black. So, name, Belinda, she kept that kitten's name as Ink. Then, and the little grey mouse, she called him Blink. Right? He also used to blink his eyes. So, maybe either one is to rhyme with ink, she kept it blink. And as that mouse was blinking his eyes again and again, so that is why also she kept his name Blink. And the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. Right? As a dog was of yellow color, so she kept his name as she kept his name Mustard. Right? And the fourth line, but the dragon was a coward. Coward is who always gets scared, who gets scared easily. Coward, and she called him Custard. So that is why she gave him name Custard, because the dragon was very coward. He was not bold, he was not brave. Right? Now let us see the poetic devices which have been used here. One is repetition, again little word has been repeated here. So repetition of this word little. And then simile has also been used here. See here, it is written, and the little yellow dog was sharp as mustard. Fine. So simile has been used. Now let us read the next stanza. Custard, the dragon, had big sharp teeth. You must have seen a dragon in movies or in serials. So same, Custard also, who was a dragon, had big sharp teeth and spikes. Spikes, you know that spikes on top of him, and scales underneath. Underneath means under her body. Scales were also there. Otherwise, you must have heard that fish has scales, right? Mouth like a fireplace. That also you must have seen in serials and movies, that when dragons, they open their mouth, so they throw fire. So mouth like a fireplace, and chimney for a nose. And how is dragon's nose? Like a chimney. When we breathe in and we breathe out, we do it so lightly that that breath is not visible. But they are saying dragon, as it is a dragon, so when it breathes in and breathes out, dragon's nose seems like a chimney, right? Chimney from where smoke goes out. So that, not exactly smoke from dragon's nose, but it is compared. And realio, trulio, daggers on his toes. Toes also, nails are like daggers, right? Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. Now barrel is like this big one, barrel, right? And they are saying Belinda is brave like so many bears together. Barrel full of bears. This is just exaggeration, right? And ink and blink. Here also there is exaggeration. That kitten and that blink, mouse, they chase lions down the stairs. Chase means they run after the lions and make the lions run away down the stairs. So this is also exaggeration. Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage. Rage means anger. So that dog Mustard, he was as brave as a tiger in anger. But Custard tried for a nice, safe cage. The appearance of Custard is like this dragon, that he had big sharp teeth, spikes on top of him, scales underneath, mouth like a fireplace, chimney for a nose. But this the way he behaves, that does not match with dragon's appearance. He always cries, he always demands for a nice, safe cage. He always tells his owner that for me, you please get made a nice, safe cage. Now let us discuss the poetic devices which have been used here. In the third stanza, the poetic devices which have been used here are, one is simile. Simile is comparison using as or like. So here it is written mouth like a fireplace. So simile has been used. And then here metaphor has been used. Metaphor is comparison but without using like and as. So here it means nose like a chimney. But they have written chimney for a nose. So here it is metaphor. Right? And then again here metaphor, daggers on his toes. They have not written toes or nails like daggers. They have written daggers on his toes. So comparison without like and as. Now see this next stanza. Here again simile has been used. As brave as a barrel full of bears. Simile has been used. Here also Mustard was as brave as a tiger in a rage. Right? And then exaggeration has been used. Exaggeration is also a poetic device. See, it is written here. One is this: Belinda was as brave as a barrel full of bears. So many bears together. Belinda, that character, she was as brave as barrel full of bears. Exaggeration. And here also that kitten and mouse, they were chasing lions downstairs. So this is also exaggeration.